Good day, sports fans. I feel the need to do this video because for the longest time since this week, I've been having a lot of attention because of a lot of Messi fans that feel that I'm actually doing an agenda against Lionel Messi. Now, I've always stated, and I'll continue to state, that I'm not doubting the talents or the greatness of Messi as a player, but I've always stood on the path of that he has been helped by FIFA. And I'm going to give you some quick facts. These are not my own suppositions. These are things that have happened over time that points to the fact that Argentina and Messi has been getting favors from the World Football Governing Body. I'll start from Qatar 2022. I'm not going to go into the details of Qatar 2022, but I'll pick one incident that points to the fact that Argentina gains favoritism. I'll start with the match against Netherlands. The match against Netherlands was the quarterfinal, right? Or it was the semi-final. Now, in that match, Messi was on a yellow card, and there was this clearance. Was it Van Dijk or Natanaki? Was trying to make towards his own player, and Messi blatantly, the same hand of God, like Maradona, he basically took his hand and slapped the ball backwards. In the world of football, deliberate handball is a straight red, or at least a yellow card, depending on the location. I remember 2010 when Luis Suarez did that same thing. He took a straight red, but in Messi's case, he did not even get a yellow card for that. That would have been his second yellow card to be sent off. No, the referee basically called him aside and gave him a little pep talk and asked him to go. Now, if that is not favoritism, I rest my case on that. Now, let me start with 2026 now. First off, in setting up the groups, when they were doing the groups, Argentina fell in Group H. But to avoid them being on the same pathway as Spain, they skipped him from putting they put Spain on Group H. Argentina was supposed to be in Group I, but they moved them.
Argentina going to J1, and we skip I because Spain and Argentina, they must be in separate pathways. So Argentina Group J, and they're going to position 1.
Okay.
That is out of the way. But beyond that, to look at Argentina's bracket leading up to the semi-final. Now, before the semi-final, Argentina had not played a top 15 team. The group they played, look at the people in the group with them: Argentina, Austria, Jordan, and Algeria. These teams are not in the top 15. The earliest they are playing a top team was when they played against England in the semi-final, and you say it's not rigged. Please tell me another team that has done that has not played a big team at least in the quarterfinal. I'll keep giving my facts. Now, beyond that too, do you know Argentina throughout this tournament, they're the only ones that didn't travel. They traveled within and around the same environment throughout this World Cup. Some teams even travel for their group stages from one country to the next too. But Argentina stayed in the same environment. Now, they complain of the heat in the US, but guess when Argentina played all their matches? They played all their matches in the evening. Like, that is not enough. I'm still going to give you more. If that's not favoritism, it's fine. Now, do you know that Messi's stop against Argentina in the group stage was a straight red card according to IFAB rules? You step on someone with a boot. That's the same red card they gave what's his name, Folarin Balogun. But he did the same thing and didn't even get a card and ended up scoring a hat trick. And you say that's not favoritism. It's okay. Now, McAllister, in the match against Austria, he committed a foul, holding back a player, and they used that same tackle to go and score a goal. That goal was not reviewed. VAR did not even review Messi's previous tackle in Algeria's match. Neither did they review this particular goal. And you say it's not favoritism. Let's come to the match against Cape Verde. Elbows upon elbows. Even in the match against Austria, there were lots of elbows that did not get yellow cards. Even against Cape Verde, they kept using their elbows to attack, and fouls that were not reviewed. But even the one that pained me the most was the fact that your so-called humble, fair playing Messi wanted to play a ball to score Vozinha while he was still setting up his wall. And he played it, and the keeper punched it out, but the ref didn't even call it back to be replayed. Like, the ref allowed it to go on. And you say it's not favoritism. You see, the truth is that, like I've always said, like my dad would say, that it's easier to wake a man that is sleeping than to wake a man that is pretending to be sleeping. You all know the truth, but your blind loyalty is making you not see what it is. Now, let me still go on. Now, in that Argentina's match against Egypt, if you do not see all the travesty that happened in that match, all the rubbish that happened from the tackle of Martinez, that they had to take a foul back 20 yards and almost more than a minute to now call a foul and cancel a goal. Or do we talk about the countless fouls that did not happen? I'll rest that case. Do you know in the match against Switzerland, that second yellow card they gave to Embolo is against the rules of the game? You don't give a yellow card for simulation outside the 18. It is in the rules. You don't give yellow card. The only place where you give yellow card for simulation is inside the 18 box. But they gave him, and that became the second yellow card, and that became a red card. Remember when they did not give someone the second yellow card that would have been a red card? Okay. Like that wasn't enough. Now, look at the numbers of fouls. I'll put the number, look at it. The number of fouls that on the first track, you have number of fouls before the referee gives a booking. On the second number of fouls, you have the number of fouls on the opponent does before the referee gives them a yellow. And the other one is the net of the two fouls. If you look at it and you see the way this thing is, despite all the many elbows, can you see that? See where the number is with Argentina? Can you see it? I'm not going to deliberate on that. You know mathematics. Look at it. Okay? Now, let's talk about the goal against England as well. Did you see the foul on Jet Spence by your Royal Lionel Messi? Did you see that foul? He stomped on the guy's toes. The goal stood. The referee did not do any VAR review. The truth is that I'm here to just tell you that your Messi, I'm not telling you he's not a good player. I would never say that. He's a great player. But I'll tell you that in this argument of that they favored Messi or did not favor Messi, you all know the truth. He has been favored all his career long. There has been the agenda of FIFA against Ronaldo. We know that. And I'm not going to try to claim that that was unfair and all of that. No. I love a fair playing ground. And I like the fact that Ronaldo stood up to the system for as long as his body could carry him. Do you understand? So, but in the end, my concern is the fact that many Messi fans are trying to distort facts and trying to tell me that because he has won the World Cup that they gifted to him. But like I said, with these few points of mine, I hope I've been able to convince you. But I know that you will not want to be convinced that Messi is FIFA's princess, FIFA's bride, FIFA's baby boy, FIFA's baby girl, in fact. And not to confuse you, that in the end, if you are supporting Messi, you are supporting cheating. And you as a man, if you are supporting, if you as a man, you are doing it, I'm looking at you like the kind of man that would love to cheat on his woman. If you are a woman, as a woman, you are doing it, don't complain if your guy does cheating outside. I'm not supporting cheating. I'm only just giving you an ideology. Just look at it. Okay? So, but in the end, I rest my case on all of this. If you are not seeing this, I rest my case. PG Talk Sports. See you on the next one.
Y si el árbitro es un árbitro que se impone, si es un árbitro que se impone, bueno, la selección española tendrá más posibilidades de ganar el partido, pero el árbitro se ha de imponer.
Vale. ¿Quién me iba a decir a mí que iba a entrevistar a Laporta en la